I'm gonna tell you guys a story. This story, obviously in the title, is about how I almost died. So this was on my trip to Alaska, and this is about my boat almost sinking. Now, by the time we were there for like all the 5 days, I think, all the days we were there, we were on private boat, except for one day we took like a tour boat. It was like a 2-story silver boat, alright? And now this boat was like 15 years old. It was like 15 to 20 years old. Now it didn't go very fast, but it had this like open bottom where you could park other boats there. Now that was even weird to begin with. Like I was like, wait, why does this thing have a no bottom? Why did I just turn British there? Did you hear that? Did anyone else hear that? So basically we were looking at glaciers, and there was like a cruise boat. He was just sitting there, and they were looking at glaciers too, and it was huge. It was the biggest cruise boat I've ever seen, and I haven't been on any cruise or anything, and nope, screw this lobby. So they were looking at glaciers too with us, and we already looked at glaciers and stuff like that, and so it wasn't really much of interest because we already spent as much time as we can on the private boat looking at the glaciers. And keep in mind, the waters here are like freaking cold as heck, man. Like, they're really cold. You would die under like 3 minutes if like you had to jump in, or you jump in. Wait, what? Did anyone see? What? What the heck? Did anyone see this? 250? Okay, well, yeah, I'm leaving this lobby too. What is going on? What? Just have a normal lobby, please, I beg. Okay, we're back. Oh my god. This keeps crashing. What happened to the quality? Okay, clear this lobby, campers everywhere. Okay, so as I was saying, so it was just a normal day, right? And we were just looking at the glaciers, and all of a sudden, the boat just like slowly stops, and thank God we're next to shore, but that'd be way more stressful if we weren't. But the boat just randomly stops, and everyone's so subtle and quiet, and they're like, oh, did we see something? Because whenever we saw something, we just, you know, stop and we'd admire them. Like if we saw seals or something like that, we'd stop. It's more for the tourists and stuff like that. But then when no one was talking about like seals and stuff, we kind of like were like, okay, what's going on? And then all of a sudden there was 2 floors on the boat, right? And it was a really old boat, and we were on the top floor. The top floor starts filling up with smoke, and everyone in the room starts freaking out. We're like, what's going on? And then my mom, the paranoid woman she is, she's like thinking of escape routes and like who's gonna take care of who and who's gonna die first and stuff like that. My brother and I and my stepdad, we were just over here like, what's going on? And she's like over there like crying and stuff like that. There was a lot of people on that boat, so whilst we were just sitting there and there was like smoke everywhere, one of the guides tells us that one of the engines blew up, and that's never a good thing. So we just like, people started freaking out and stuff like that. And then the cruise that was watching us with, they called them, I guess. They called the cruise, and they were like, oh, yo, pick us up. And the captain there, he wasn't doing anything. He was like young, and like he was just sitting there, like he wasn't trying to make anyone feel better. The captain was just there. He wasn't even doing anything for us. He wasn't like comforting anyone. He was just sitting there in his little cockpit, and he was like, well, I don't think he was doing anything. He went to go check it out, actually. I know that, but then there was this one kid, he was just running back and forth. He was doing all the work. The captain there, he wasn't doing anything. So while all this is happening, my mom's just over here freaking out, and we don't know what to do. Like, we're trying to comfort her, be like, everything's fine. Keep in mind, if we like had to jump for some reason, we would die within like 3 minutes. They had lifeboats, but they only had like 1 lifeboat, which like, you know, kind of wouldn't suit like hundreds of people, you know. Wow, 2 hit markers. Way to go. So I'll admit, I was freaked out. I didn't want to die. I mean, I don't think anyone really wants to die. Well, I mean, okay, that's besides the point. I didn't want to die. And so I was kind of freaking out. You know, it's abnormal for something like that to happen. Then I started like thinking about stuff, and I'm like, all right, we'll just have the crews pick us up, and that's exactly what happened. They called the crews, and then they freaking picked us up. The crews picked us up, and everything was fine. But the freaking cruise, it was so boring, dude. We legit sat there for like God knows how long. We sat at the cruise. So what happened was they called the crews, and the Tinders came and picked us up. No one got injured. Nothing serious happened except for the boat filled up. And the only reason they took us was because they wouldn't get us back in time. With people like the flights, people that need to catch a plane and stuff like that, they needed to get there faster, and it wouldn't have just worked out, Like the Tinders freaking took us. It was pretty cool. It was a fun experience. We sat on that boat for like legit probably 3 to 4 hours, and oh man, was that, they wouldn't let us move around, like go explore, I guess. They wouldn't, they just, I mean, it makes sense, but it's just, they had us sit in this dining room for legit like 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And then when we finally left, people started coming in, and there's like the people eating dinner, because they have, at cruises, you can't just get up and eat. You have to actually go to lunch and breakfast and dinner and stuff like that. So I'd say this was a pretty eventful time. It was just one day. There was another like scary experience, but I'll save that for another video and another time. So yeah, I guess that was kind of a near-death experience. I mean, we could have died. It wasn't likely, but we could have died, So put your near-death experiences in the comments below. I'd like to, see what you guys have experienced. And it doesn't have to be too major. I just I like reading all your comments. Either or, like listening to your stories. So yeah, that was my near-death experience thing. It was just a story. If you like these stories, please leave a like. And if you want more, comment, be like, yo bro. Like just exact words. If you made it this far, be like, yo bro, can I have some of that story time though? Like those words. Yeah, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. This has been Slap Me Do. Oh, also, I hope you guys liked the new intro. It's a template. It's not custom made. Whoa, did you see that? How many kills did I just get?